Megan Thee Stallion is going out sad, bruh. At this point, I think it's perfectly clear her entire career is manufactured. Every award she won, every accolade, bruh, completely manufactured by Rock Nation. But it's the extent they go to the masters that becomes just absolutely flagrant. And they keep on getting exposed every time they do it. Like, y'all remember a few months ago when Megan Thee Stallion apparently had the #1 song in the country with her Nicki Minaj diss track with Hiss. On February 5th, chart data announced that Megan Thee Stallion's new song Hiss debuted at #1 on the Billboard charts. This #1 was shocking to a lot of people because the record made absolutely no impact, and it came at a really convenient time. She had dropped the record, and this was her first record in her new distribution deal, and also the record was her diss track to the industry, pretty much putting her middle finger up against the critics, against other artists like Nicki Minaj and Joe Budden. So she dropped a diss track. She's embroiled into this rap beef with Nicki Minaj, and everybody is counting her out, and then boom, she gets to #1. So it was really suspicious to a lot of people, but Megan Thee Stallion will relish and claim the moment of getting this #1. Megan Thee Stallion will post after the announcement that she went #1, "Thank you, God. Thank you, Mama." And she would also thank her fans and say that she's going to stay grateful, and she encourages her fans to keep going hard for her and stay positive. Looking back now and realizing how flagrantly fraudulent that #1 was makes it a whole lot worse. Like, she literally lied on her mama. Yo, that reminds me of that one time I had a homie on Facebook, man, who posted on his Facebook that he just signed a $5 million record deal with Atlantic Records. Like, he showed himself in the building too. Like, he went the whole way with this. And in his caption, he posted how he stayed down till he came up. This is motivation for all the real ones in the trap. How he did this for his dead brother, you know, who's looking down and shining upon him, bro, who guided him through life right now. Yo, I really thought the homie signed a $5 million record deal, bro. All right, until we found out, bro, all of that was cap, homie. All right, the homie ain't leave his neighborhood. Right, he was still working that 9-to-5 job. Atlantic Records ain't never listed him as no artist. Right, all his projects got released under independent. He just lied, and that's what Megan Thee Stallion does. She just lied, right? Because we will soon find out that #1 was flagrantly fraudulent. Because how it usually works is if you have a song that goes #1, at worst, right? It's supposed to have like a gradual drop off, right? At #1, then probably drops down to #20, #30, 50, 60, 70, 80, then off the charts. Megan Thee Stallion botted the numbers for 1 week, and apparently they didn't have enough money to bot it for the second week because it completely fell off the charts. Megan Thee Stallion's Hiss, after debuting at #1 on Billboard, completely drops and falls out of the top 10. But it gets worse than that. Now, the only reason why we're saying it hasn't completely fall out of the Billboard Top 100 is because we don't have access to the full list yet. We have access to the top 10 that Billboard announced. Megan Thee Stallion is not in the top 10. However, if we take a look at the Billboard 200 charts, which is out right now, it shows that Megan Thee Stallion completely fell out of the Billboard Top 200. Which will indicate that she completely fell out of the Billboard Top 100 charts, which will indicate that Megan Thee Stallion just broke another record. She broke Kendrick Lamar's record for the biggest drop on Billboard. You see, Kendrick Lamar debuted at #16 and fell to about 97. Megan Thee Stallion debuting at #1 and falling off the charts completely is a world record. That was the realization a lot of people needed to know that Megan Thee Stallion's entire career was manufactured. And that was a really embarrassing moment for her, right? It was like the egg on the face moment. And you would think she would have learned her lesson, right? No, she didn't. Because Megan Thee Stallion is back to her old tricks. You see, Megan Thee Stallion apparently dropped an album, a self-titled album, Megan, about 7 days ago, right? Last week. So after the album dropped, the first 6 days, the album had about 62 to 63 million streams. Now, it was set to debut at #5 in the Spotify Top 30 global charts. However, when it was set to debut at #5, Spotify said, no. Spotify said, hold up. We filtered these streams and we came to the conclusion that 30 million of these streams is illegitimate, botted, fake, right? So 30 million out of a 62 million stream total, that means that Roc Nation or Megan Thee Stallion botted almost half of her total album streams. Yo, her entire fan base is bots now. So instead of debuting in the top 5, Spotify announced that she would actually debut at number 30 in the Spotify top 30 global album charts. This is just nasty work, man. It's nasty. Now, here's the thing. Megan Thee Stallion has to do this because Megan Thee Stallion is in competition with essentially everybody else, right? Because Megan Thee Stallion keeps herself engaged in these beefs to stay relevant. That's the only way she can stay relevant. However, if you're going to engage in beef as like the gimmick for you to stay relevant, you have to win these beefs, right? Like you have to win these beefs. Like you can't just engage in beef, right, to be relevant and then lose every beef, right? Like that's how you end your career. So Roc Nation understood that, you know, Nicki Minaj just dropped, she did about 200. That Megan Thee Stallion had to do about 100,000, right? Like she has to do about 100,000, right? Like she has to have the #1 album in the country to stay relevant. So they are botting her album, botting these streams because they want her to have success to keep up with the Joneses, right? But she's just not that relevant. People just don't care about her. I'm sorry, I'm just spitting facts, people. People don't care about Megan Thee Stallion. Listen, you know how I knew people don't care about Megan Thee Stallion, bro? Nicki Minaj went to Megan Thee Stallion's hometown. Now, we've seen other rappers try this with Drake in Toronto. It didn't work out well. Nicki Minaj went to Megan Thee Stallion's hometown and had an arena of people from Megan Thee Stallion's hometown rapping a diss track towards Megan Thee Stallion about her getting shot in the foot. Whatever Roc Nation is doing for Megan Thee Stallion, bro, isn't really translating. See, Travis Scott is the only rapper to make botting work for him, but he used the bots to get his foot in the door, to get opportunities, right? But using bots once you're already on, to me, is hustling backwards, right? Right? Like, it's hustling backwards because you can never maintain it. And in the case of Megan Thee Stallion, it's not really translating at all. Megan Thee Stallion just had to cancel her European tour because she couldn't sell tickets, right? Guess what? Bots don't buy tickets. Like, come on, bro. And if you look right at her domestic tour dates, they are empty. Like, she's put in black tarp, like, to hide the empty seats. So when people like is doing videos at the show, like, they don't show the empty seats. And now like people are putting that on social media, like, yo, Megan Thee Stallion is flopping. Like, they're so self-conscious at how Megan Thee Stallion is falling off that is cringe. Like, they're so self-conscious and they're doing everything possible to hide the fact that she's falling off, as if we don't already know she's falling off, bro. Yo, we're in these streets and we don't hear Megan Thee Stallion. This is just absolutely embarrassing, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, bro. What do you guys think about this, man? All right. Is Megan Thee Stallion career over? Let me know, right? Now, if you're still watching, click on this video somewhere on my screen to find out how Charlamagne the God ended DJ Academics and Joe Budden hit show. Click on this video here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.